I want to talk a little bit about workplace bullies. Um, I've gone through it a couple of times and I'm upset about it because HR is not for you. They're for the company. But sometimes when things get so bad, you gotta know about nowhere else to go. Nowhere. And so you make complaints, you file suggestions with it, you try to everything you can to try to get help. But when you have a company who doesn't realize that there's a lot of suffering people where one may be working, there's so many dynamics that can um, fracture a person. They may not have a whole lot of support. They may be suffering from something. A lot of people run and commit suicide all the time. In my situation, I asked the Lord, I need your rock. I need to stand on you today because I don't know how I'm going to make it through each day. One day it was hard enough because where I had worked, it was 80% Hispanic, which I love Spanish people. I love their culture. I love everything about them. I mean, their stories are phenomenon. They have their own sufferings. So in my situation, it was one person. I knew not to trust her. So um, not at first I didn't, but she was white like me and she needed help with something. So I wrote the letter to HR and they sent it to safety. When this young woman got what she needed, she stopped her fight for overuse of chemical rags. She was worried about the environment. But there was a whole lot more involved in this. But long story short, I knew something didn't feel right about her. So we had a conversation and she spoke over me and she shouldn't have done that because that showed me there's a problem there. So I stopped speaking with her and she started a war with me for no reason. As an individual, I have the right not to speak to somebody I don't want to speak to. I have the right to say, um, leave me alone. You know, there's no reason for anyone to go behind someone's back and start being vicious just because someone asked you to leave her alone. I am not a victim. I stood my ground. I made complaints. I did everything I was supposed to do. But they weren't there to help me. They made up lies and fired me. I'm innocent. I was quiet. I did everything they asked me to do. I did everything right. And I was fired under false lies. What I'm hurt about is that nobody asked a question. They didn't ask what this person's motives were. And then supervisors got involved who speak some only Spanish, but refused to speak English to me. And I was having lunch with all the Spanish people, and the next day I wasn't having anything. I was completely shut out, bullied, talked about, and I didn't care because I had Father with me every day. I went in there. I mean, when I would go to clock out, clock in, excuse me, everybody would look at me when I walked through the door and then they'd put their head down. I was to the point I had my coworker that I used to give rides to. Could you go through the door first? Because I just can't handle it. But I did it every day because I needed to bring home money to help my daughter. We have bills to pay too. It was it was unfathomable. There was no reason for me to go through all that. For what? because what somebody said, I just thought it was very childish, very hurtful. I don't know, but anyone out there that may be suffering, please reach out to somebody, ask for help, find another job until, you know, for me, I couldn't just walk away. I wanted to, I really did, but my daughter needed the help. So I had to keep moving forward. No matter what I went through every single day, I was gaslighted. The gaslighting was unbelievable. I mean, keep a work journal because that's all it is to keep you sane. I just, I still can't fathom that nobody asked a question. Why is this person doing this? What is the real truth? What, what? I mean, nothing. We got to stop being victims, people. We need to start standing up and going, this is enough. We're not putting up with this anymore. Where's compassion? Where is it? Where's the compassion in this world? We give money to people we don't even know. We help out strangers. I mean, we do all these things. But in your own workplace, you don't ask a question. Why is this person doing that? What is the motive here? Why do we all have to isolate her and throw her out to the street, to the curb, to have nothing? Why? I mean, what is the point in it? Like, what is the point? How would they like to be treated like that? I mean, has anybody ever not been bullied before? They've always been get their way, and as soon as they open their mouth, they get what they want. It makes no sense to me at all. So I'm going to start this journey of my frustrations because I just don't understand. You know, I am a somebody. I do matter and I do count. And I don't like the fact that I was treated like I was nothing. It makes no sense to me. And I'm hurt. I just can't believe this happened.